Welcome back, my friends, to Marvel Snap. And why, yes, that puny little collection level does mean that we are checking in on the free-to-play account. We have recently gained access to an incredibly powerful list that has been helping us shoot up the ranked climb. Dracula Zoo. Kazar is still getting it done here, even in Pool 3. And in terms of bang for your buck, this list is an absolute meta sleeper with the inclusion of only 3 Series 3 cards, no Series 4, no Series 5. This one is still able to climb and hang in there up against the toughest things that are out there in the meta. It is uniquely poised to be able to still help you climb, and we're going to break it down here. So the Kazar is bringing all of the standard efficiency of the zoo list that you're familiar with from Series 2, and then he's getting this extra punch to be able to hang up there with the tough meta decks in the inclusion of Dracula, and then Zero and Red Skull. Of course, we also have the Infinite here also as a target for the Dracula to be able to skyrocket the power at that one location, and then with the zoo efficiency to spread pressure on the other 2 locations to be able to find our victory. The dream route in terms of efficiency is to be able to combo the Zero into the Red Skull and then have the Dracula consume the Infinite. That's going to produce an obscenely high amount of power. Also, we can happily combo Zero with the Lizard to be able to keep that stat efficiency humming as well. Now, the Dracula is amazing because he avoids both control and leader, consuming the power to the board on the final turn rather than having us play the power to the board on the final turn. The Red Skull and the Infinite do incredibly well up against the Leech, where the opponent leeches our hand. We can drop these highly efficient plays, and then Armor will help us up against our Kryptonite of the Killmonger, still be able to hang on with a cluster of our 1-cost cards at that location. And then the Cosmo is our finesse control tool up against the Surfer. The Sarah Surfer list, likely by that final turn, is playing behind tempo from what we have been able to produce, and if we can call where they're going to drop the Surfer, Cosmo will absolutely shut them down. Let's take this list, dive into battle for our showcase, and as we do, we have a very special announcement for you guys. While Future Teddy takes us into our first matchup with this list, it is with incredible pride that I am here to announce our first sponsorship for a Marvel Snap video, Into the AM, Elevated Apparel for Men. Guys, these graphic tees are absolutely incredible. I've got it. I am the Big Teddy. I got the Big Teddy. Look at this. It's amazing. Whether you are looking for headwear, t-shirts, or even pants, I'm wearing their joggers right now, they have you covered. Listen guys, if we are going to be bleeding cubes on the ladder, we might as well be comfortable about it, and the fit and feel of these clothes is great. I have been in them since the new year and have absolutely fallen in love. Use my link down in the description to be able to receive 10% off your next purchase on their website. And guys, right now Into the AM is running bundle deals. That's right, they've got bundle deals in their store, but even better value than what Marvel Snap is throwing us in theirs. You can pick up 3 graphic tees for $60 USD, and the beautiful thing is that the discounts stack. The 10% from the link will be able to stack on the savings you receive from the use of the bundle. So head over to the website and see how Into the AM can outfit you today. Thank you, Into the AM, for sponsoring this video and spending your marketing budget in a way that allows content creators like me to make videos like this. Back to you, Future Teddy. Thank you, Ad Read Teddy, and here we are revealing at the end of turn 3, establishing the Cosmo to be able to have a little bit of protection here at the Baxter building, and then the Lizard Iceman plays on a tempo felt very nice for us, trying to feel out what list our opponent is running. The Thor is telling us it could be Sarah, it could be Lockjaw. We've been a little bit cagey around Machine World as well, waiting to know what the opponent's list is before we dump something into their hand that would potentially be able to help them. Setting up Squirrel Girl and Armor here. Rock has slid over on the Eternity range to choke up a little bit of their board space. Will likely be irrelevant, but we are in a solid position here with Zero and then the Infinite in hand. We're looking to be able to pick up Red Skull to be able to combo with the Zero, of course the Dracula as well. And here flips Lockjaw Wasp. And because the Cosmo was preventing them from being able to play the Baxter building, and they already developed the Thor and then the Rock choking up the Eternity range, they had to play Lockjaw to Machine World, and now the brain starts, the cogs start turning. Lockjaw and then their own Wasp, and then our Zero is such a beautiful play. We are likely to be able to pull up Kazar or the Dracula, and then we're going to zero out the next card that we're playing, which we obviously want to be the Red Skull. We get Ant-Man instead, and then Zero drops. His effect will still take effect on the next turn, even if he is not present on the board. And then we pull Korg. Oh, the 2 worst draws. It hurts. It did hurt, and here comes the Dracula, of course, from the deck. I suppose that we were glad that it's Dracula rather than, say, the Wasp back. But now if we just drop the Red Skull to be able to flip Baxter Building, we develop so much pressure of the flip at Eternity range because right now they hold it. And so that's a 6-point total swing by trading who is winning at the Baxter Building. They do still have open space at the Lockjaw, but they're already winning that location. We can't really influence it too much. I'm a little worried about how much they could potentially produce alongside the Thor. But again, beautifully, the Cosmo has prevented their Jane Foster from pulling Mjolnir and Wasp back from their deck. They knew that they needed pressure on the Baxter Building, so they went ahead and deployed the Jane over on that side, but it didn't give them the pieces that they really needed, because if we'd known that they had the Mjolnir in hand, it would have really put so much extra pressure on that thing. They're hoping that the Hulk is enough, but a book is a Red Skull, he never is. Beautiful victory, and the Lockjaw twist handed over from the opponent. It was just so much fun to try. I thought it was a great position to give it the try, even though we didn't pull exactly what we wanted. Still happy with it. Jumping into our next one, we've got a Zero Iceman, and there goes the Iceman. Couldn't Sakaar have pulled the Infinite? Iceman to Ant-Man, honestly, I'm okay with this. I prefer it when Sakaar just pulls like powered cards rather than, even if they give me an outsized advantage, I just snap and then the opponent usually retreats. More interesting game if you each get the same cost level of card. Honestly, I would love that to be a stipulation of Sakaar anyway. Pulls, well, because it's pulling from players' hands, you can't control it nearly as much as you could say out of X-Mansion, where X-Mansion would potentially give players random cards, but of the same energy band. That'd be wonderful. I'll just pass. The Zero is a combo piece. You guys really have been incredibly excited about the Into the AM sponsorship. We got the bandana. Let's see, what t-shirt am I rocking? I'm always wearing their t-shirts, guys. We have the Night Watcher pattern here. On the silhouette of the owl, the astronaut is watching the space launch. I mean, the designs are just next level. We'll go armor here up to Washington, D.C. If we can zero out a card, putting it to Washington does trigger the buff, which with the Red Skull we are definitely going to demonstrate. At this point, I say that I might want Vibranium, but just drawing a Vibranium on the next turn doesn't feel great because turn 6 I want to be Zero Red Skull. And turn 5, I would rather be Dracula. Really rather be Dracula. We're going Warpath, eh? So you care a lot about this Washington, D.C. place. What if I just go Lizard 0? 0 to mid? Yeah. We could do this. I hope they don't follow up with Professor X here. Professor X would be able to lock down Washington with them ahead, and then they would drop Destroyer to Sakaar. Hold on. Okay, we're back. It just blipped for a second. Oh, they don't care necessarily about the Warpath. Professor X? Hold on. They must have Spectrum to be able to distribute the buffs, which will give them the pass. The go-ahead pass. But, keyword but, we're winning this one. If you Destroyer, I win. If you Spectrum, I win. If you... That's it. I win in all situations here, fella. Yeah, they knew it. They knew it. Iceman, Ant-Man, the Squirrel Girl. We'll drop the Iceman here. As I said, to the deck being able to adapt to a number of different location situations, the Squirrel Girl is key here. Able to get a poker into locations that are otherwise locked down from you being allowed to play there. Go Ant-Man and then drop the Squirrel Girl. And she's also just such incredible efficiency in conjunction and combo with the Khazar. The Khazar plus Squirrel Girl, you are spending 5 energy to be able to produce 10 power. That's tempo. Any other 1 cost and you are making money. Now we have the rare turn 3 pass. Atalanta's gonna shuffle away our cards. They want this Electro to get shot. He's trying to jump in front of the Danger Room bullet. It doesn't work out for him. Armor 0, there's the Khazar. I'll go ahead and play him. They're happy with what they got. Cloak here for the ramp list is just an efficiency play. Some people like the Cloak, some people like the Scorpion, some people like the the lizard, which we're running. Oh, I had, okay, here we go. I'm good. I'm okay with you snapping. Hobgoblin comes over. That is annoying. Okay. I'd really like to see Dracula. Did not get the Dracula. Of course. We could full pass to then go for setting up the Infinite. It's a very out-of-the-box kind of play. Of course, now I'm going to top deck the Dracula and immediately regret my choices. But you've got the Galactus anyway. Yep. Seems good, bro. The full pass is the game-saving move. Does he know? Does someone want to tell him? I don't know. I feel okay about this one, actually. 20 points. Plus the Ant-Man. You've got the free death. And then you have the Shang-Chi. Well, what is that? Yo, Shang-Chi can't catch me because of the initiative? Honestly, that tie feels pretty great to be able to hang with Galactus. Wakandan Embassy. Buffing the Dracula actually doesn't mean anything. Go Korg first. Give him the rock to the deck. Better odds that Bub here will draw it. They might even have a deck that can make use of it. Who knows? Korg is just generous. Giving of himself, as some would say. Murder World, it just kind of cramps our style. So we can't gain any benefit from it. So the offhand chance that the opponent was running a list where they could, we will armor up. Scorpion trying to unwrite the Wakandan Embassy changes, and Savage Land is fantastic. I will play Ant-Man. Well, Ant-Man to Savage Land makes sense, but armor is protected. Oh, the Khazar and the Dracula. Now we just need to draw into... We also have the 0. We can handle any of the big bodies. Khazar at 5 becomes a much different discussion. Honestly, he could still be worth it. That's the crazy thing. Because of the double Raptors that we got gifted, we have the Korg, we have the Ant-Man, we're going to have the 0. We've got a Warpath. What is your game, my opponent? I'm gonna do it. Khazar in. We're gonna be able to buff Korg, Ant-Man, the 2 Raptors, and then the 0. Shuri? Your game plan was Shuri? Wow. I do not know how to respond to that. We're not going to be able to win Savage Land unless they play to the mid of Murder World. In which case, maybe preparing for a Savage Land victory is the right play. So we 0 out the Lizard. So, as I said, if the opponent wants to play a Fake Out and then play to Murder World, they will drop below our power at the Savage Land in this case. And then we simply play the Iceman over here to be able to pad our stats alongside the Infinite. I don't know what Shuri's going to bring. Which is going to drop, which is going to bring... Like the Warpath. I mean, it could get pretty big, but how big? The only thing that really claps us is like a Giganto. Not to say that the opponent wouldn't be running this. A 20-point Heimdall? A 20-point Heimdall? Oh, man. Hold on, we win this on margin. I was about to say, if it was another tie in a row. Victory. I love that. Shuri into the Heimdall for the Fake Out and then the Warpath, because you know that all of your board is going to get compressed. It's a very creative list. So here is the deck in all of its glory. As I said, this list has helped me a ton in my climb on the free-to-play account. I don't have access to Surfer, I don't have access to Zabu, and this has been the breakthrough to get me up from rank 80 all the way up to rank 85 so far. So I had to do a showcase for it. If you guys grab onto it, I hope it gains you many cubes on the climb up to infinite. Remember to check out our links for Into the AM down below, and until next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.